glimpse of these hoochie daddy shorts. Hey, everybody! Welcome to Streaming Rainbow. David's Adventure Time, a Strahd story. Episode 7. Or 6. Or... Oh man, how do you say it in French?
Set.
Yeah, episode 7. Here we are. We're Streaming Rainbow. It's a group of DMs who want to tell stories on the internet and want to share that workload because we all got different gifts and stuff. And none of us are Nepo babies or already actors, so it's pretty hard to get a channel off the ground if you're not one of those two things.
Correct.
Got very real there for a second.
Yeah. But no, we're just here having fun. Check us. Thanks for checking us out. Hope you stay. You can find all our social media down below in the links below. Yeah, we are on Twitter. Probably not for very long. Instagram. That new privacy policy is crazy. Instagram, TikTok, and I think we have a Threads. I don't know.
Never.
And
Bastion,
Discord.
your hand is raised.
And Discord. Join our Discord, you guys.
And
We would
Discord.
love
That's
to
the most
talk to
important
you.
one. That's the most things go the best there. That's where I met Courtney on Discord, and that's how she is playing with us. So, yeah, if you have an interest in playing online like this, come make friends. Speaking of which, guests tonight, Courtney playing Patience and Bastion playing Oddwood. Last we left off, our band of brave Barovians, that was a triple alliteration there, we're in a bit of a shit pickle. After finally getting to the elusive Madame Ava, and getting their Taroka read, the gang decided to deliberate a little bit, and during that deliberation, Kruntle thought, oh, now's a good time to reference that trove of information I stole, and realized he was lifted by Esmeralda, who may or may not have made Patience blush a little bit that morning on her way out. After some discussion, the gang decided to head for that which was stolen from them, more information. Something referencing the Tome of Strahd. And made their way on a couple-day trip up the mountains. Some people may or may not have rolled a nat 20 and ruined any chance at giving them disadvantage. But that didn't really... I think that's a good thing, because they were in the battle for their lives once they got to that temple. There was a lone warrior, Hrangrir, the Abandoned, who met them. And although Oddwood, Mavec, and even Kruntle and Patience all tried their best to be diplomatic about what they needed, Hrangrir was not hearing it and only wanted blood. And because these things always go this way, because it's D&D, the dragon bones came alive during their fight and knocked a few people out and did a couple things. And just as they had a second to catch their breath and get ready to bring their friend Bastion back to consciousness, they hear the sound of boot steps and clapping in this large cathedral as a very familiar voice says, "Well done." And that's where we'll pick up. Bastion's body is lying on the floor, smoldering a little bit.
I think Oddwood's body is lying on the floor.
Sorry, Bastion's
Not-
body is sitting straight upright, currently being disrespected by me. I'm so sorry.
Bye, buddy.
Oddwood's body.
I'm feeling my absolute disaster of a backdrop behind me. Where's my pump it up
Who's
nerds?
the man and who's the myth? Is it Oddwood? Is it Bastion? They're all the same person.
You know, PC creep is real, guys. It's a real epidemic. Yeah, so Oddwood's body is smoldering on the floor. His clothes are still smoking a little bit. Ink is vibrating crazily. His body, Patience, I think, is the closest. No, Kruntle, and then Mavec. Yeah, because Mavec was on their way.
Yeah.
To heal. Kruntle and Mavec, give me a perception check. And Patience, give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay.
Focused on Stratty.
Well, that's already a 2. 15's not gonna help me. 6.
Mavec
16.
has a 21. Sorry.
You say 16 or 19?
16 here.
16. Yeah, it looks like Oddwood's body is like misaligned. Like Ink is having a hard time holding him together. And as you are walking up to bring him back, Mavec, again, you hear the of footsteps on stone. Very well done. And it's Strahd. What do you all do?
I lie on the floor.
Go ahead, Patience.
Yeah, Patience is very still hurt, stumbling forward a little bit and swaying just a little, and then like almost drunkenly offers a bow, because that's what she does.
Give me a performance check with disadvantage.
Cool. Bard, help me now. Well, okay, good, that's a 7. 15.
Good. Yeah. Good. Okay. Yeah. He gives his own in response.
I think
So good seeing you here. We go ahead, Mavec.
I think Mavec is smart enough to know that ignoring him is not the smartest thing, but she's also a healer. So she's going to nod at him, but she's beelining to Oddwood, and she's going to crouch down, and she's going to look down and kind of look him over, and then to Ink, even though she can't hear Ink, she's going to be like, I'm here to help. And she's going to reach down and touch the Oddwood, the non-Ink part, and do cure wounds.
Roll an insight check.
Ugh. That was cocked. Okay. Really, really good. I got an 18 plus 6, so
Look at that.
24.
Yeah. So when you say I'm here to help and place, and briefly ask for consent, and then put your hands on to Oddwood /Ink, you feel like a small vibration, and again is more instinctual. This hits more of your more primal senses as a thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and do it at second level. I think. Let me make sure that I have not burned. I have my last second level spell slot to do some cure wounds. Not great, but so 8. You're up 8 points.
That's better than
Yep.
where I was at.
More than he had.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
Bastion. We are going to take Oddwood on a little adventure
Oh,
inside his head. This is what you were experiencing, or head, liminal space, a phantasmagoric trip that Ink may be having your brain do by manipulating your synaptic nerves. Who knows? But the last thing you remember seeing is that jet black fire with the red tinged edge coming towards you. And then suddenly, where does Oddwood find their most safety?
ooh.
Where do they feel most comfortable? What is the thing that they think of as calm,
I mean,
if you will?
obviously the thing that he's attached to, thing he thinks of for calm and safety and protection, things like that, would be Slippy. Being with her, with them, and like just about anywhere is where Oddwood's going to feel most comfortable, because Oddwood's never really had a home. The closest he's had to a home is back at Ludendorff.
Now here's a question that more for Bastion. Would that change even subconsciously? Is there a place pre-Ink that Oddwood would have felt more safe?
Before Ink. Yeah, I think before Ink, there was a monthly gathering that all of the people in the town went to. That was a grand feast.
Yeah.
Bonfire, very midsummer, right?
Yeah.
Type vibes. And I think that's where he felt most comfortable and safest, right? Because it was a moment of relaxation and respite in a small town that didn't really have that.
Yeah. So the last thing you remember seeing is that fire come towards you, and then suddenly you are dancing and singing along to a folk song around a bonfire. And you step out to sort of catch your breath. You feel that cool autumn air. It's like that nice, crisp, like 67 with a low humidity and a light breeze. Right? And it just feels so good on your just a little sweaty, just a little fun sweat head. And you go to sit down on one of the benches at one of the tables where there's fruit and maybe even some scraps of meat open for people to eat, and a gentleman that you've never seen before from outside your village sits down across from you.
Hello there. I don't think I recognize you. We don't get many visitors.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of things you're going to have trouble remembering right now. Maybe you don't recognize me in this life, or maybe I should say in this form. And you see suddenly a nightmare mirror version of yourself. One without the eye and with a black substance running through it. And roll what is this? Roll a wisdom check.
Just straight wisdom?
Yeah, just straight wisdom.
Sure thing. That's a 20 and dirty, unnatural 20.
Ooh, filthy 20. Yeah, you know that's you. You know this is some sort of dream or vision or memory, and that what is sitting in front of you is the real you. Also, you recognize that it's a dream now because two mirror images of each other, except one is like a fucked up weird nightmare, are sitting across from each other on this table, and nobody's reacting. So you also get the sense now that this is kind of just something playing in the background.
What's going on? Did someone... My head, it hurts so much. What? Is this
Oddwood, you're dying.
No, I have so much left to do. I can't die now.
Yeah, I hope you don't either. But based on what happened to you, it's kinder to bring you here for the time being than in the body and mind and feeling what your body's feeling. I took the liberty of sort of evoking this.
So you're some sort of wizard, some witch?
Once upon a time. But now, and he just kind of like pulls a bit of that ink, I'm what holds you together. And it's not your voice speaking to you either, right? It's a completely different... I don't know. I know that my soul remains, and that this is some form of my body that has remained.
I see. Should I survive whatever has befallen me, will I remember this moment?
I think it's possible. I wanted to tell you, though, to take this time. Should you survive, and should you continue to survive indefinitely, you call me Ink right now, because that is what I remind you of. You will eventually become Ink. Sometime, hopefully farther and farther in the future. I don't know why, but souls are not allowed to move on in Barovia. There's no... People can enter and souls can enter. Their physical body and their souls can enter, but souls cannot leave.
I see.
And most of the time when people die, their body leaves their soul, and they are sort of wait around for another person to be born, and they inhabit that body. Sometimes a feeling can be so strong that you don't leave your body, and you are reborn, or a revenant, or whatever term you want to use for it. And if you do that for long enough, the darkness of the land and the unnaturalness of that state, the forces of magical nature find a balance, and you lose physical form, memories, and that is... My hate for Strahd was so strong, I refused to die.
So I am to become some grotesque abomination. That is the end you see for me.
Well, one, some would already say you're kind of there. That was a joke. I'm okay. All right, I get it. No, I want to give you the information to make your own choice. People die in this place all the time. Sometimes even people who don't need me to keep them alive like me around. I've grown to respect you greatly. It's by far the most impressive host I've had. I want to get some things done, but I want you to know. And I think you're like decades away from this kind of thing happening to you. Probably. It took a long time for me. I just want to give you the heads up that it is something that can happen in Barovia if you unnaturally prolong your life.
I see. Well, I appreciate your insight, even if it comes in such a disgusting form.
Remember that, though. And make your choice wisely. Slippy is gonna live forever. So.
I think in that moment, like hearing the name Slippy, it takes him out of like pre-ink, and like the mirror flips, and like he looks down and he's back to like Oddwood.
I like that. Yes. It seems like your friends are about to bring you back, so I will.
No, I have so many questions. You can't. You've never been this open with me before.
Well, one, you're about to have, and you're out. And you see Mavec standing above you, saying, "I tried to ask for consent, but you."
I did try. He kind of vibrated. I got the feeling you. Oh yeah, that's right. Breathe.
I don't actually need to breathe. It's just.
Okay, it's a say. I guess it's a saying. Also, hey, Strahd is here. So just brace yourself.
And you see Strahd stride up to you and offer you a hand.
I take it.
Roll a charisma saving throw for me.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. No, you're fine.
I was ready.
Thrall.
Do it.
No. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold, and there's a sturdiness. Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. And he kind of does one of those, and like ash comes off your clothes.
Oh yeah.
You look a little worse. A little worse for the wear than the last time I saw you.
Well, we did just have a big fight.
Yes. And now he moseys on over. Hrangrir. He is a formidable warrior. Is he not?
Oh, certainly. And those dragons didn't help either.
Yes, that bit of necromancy is quite powerful. And he strides on. I came, and he's walking now, just down the altar down the aisle up to the altar. It's like I was able to follow you to the desert pools. Your friend tried to cast a spell into the mists, and it allowed me to locate you. Are you okay?
There's like 3 of you. No.
Maybe have a seat.
I'm going to sit. Yep.
Yes. But yes, I was able to. Speaking of which, thank you very much, Patience. I've been trying to speak with Madame Ava for a few years now. But, I was finally able to catch up with her. And, man, what was that creep's name? What was that fucking weirdo?
Andrej?
Andrej let me know, after a couple of pints of ale and a glass of wine, he let me know where you were headed. So I thought I could come help, but I came through and you guys seem to do all this. And points at the 4 piles of dragon bones. So
You wanting to join the group then?
What was that?
You wanting to join the group then?
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
you don't jest.
No, I mean, right. Naturally, there'd be a sort of a hazing process, but after that, I think you might become a competent member of this group.
Roll a charisma saving throw.
Absolutely, I deserve that. Is it a spell?
No.
Okay.
While this is happening, Mavec goes over and puts a hand on Patience's head and does cure wounds at first level.
My save is 17.
Okay. You fail.
5 points. It's not much, but it's 5 points.
And you see a sharp turn in Strahd's face. He was a little jovial before, and that he didn't seem to take kindly to that. He says absolutely nothing. He turns, walks towards you, towers over you, and says, I assure you there is nothing you could do or think of that could possibly haze me. I have seen far more than you ever will. And you are afraid now.
Okay.
Do not.
I will
in my life.
back away.
However, although I may not be joining teams, and I will not take part in any rituals, I do think we can work together.
Oh. How so?
Well, Oddwood, I believe our goals are aligned.
Okay.
I am sure, well, not you, Patience. You of Barovia, of Domonlu, Chateau d'Eau, would never have machinations of a mutiny. However, I am sure what led you to Madame Ava is what leads everybody to Madame Ava. And that is my destruction.
Not quite. More like a way out of Barovia.
Yes, yes. And so the legend goes that the devil Strahd's father made a deal long ago. And no one can ever leave until the deal is broken.
Yeah.
Yes. That is a version of the truth. It's just that usually that follows with my death, destruction, dismemberment. There are many legends floating around Barovia of how to deal with it. But I told you true not just 5 days ago. I I do want what's best for these people. And I do tire of this life. I've been alive for so many years. There is
Like how many
no
years?
taste I have not tasted. There is no sight I have not seen. From the depths of humanity to the greatest things we do to inspire each other. There's no work of art that moves me, no music that sings to my soul anymore, or whatever is left after all these years. I am ready to move on. I have, and every so often, a group comes along that maybe seems to be able to help me do that. But they always fail. Or go mad. And he points at Hrangrir. This was one such hero. I mean, you saw his immense capabilities.
Yeah.
But the loneliness, the carnage of the land, the separation from his deity changed him. So if we are aligned, I would love for you to meet me at my castle when you are ready. Take some time, make the travel, and we can discuss further ways to work together to break this curse. And I can give you, well, I'm sure you'll find mine and my father's journals in here somewhere. And that will give you more information to help you make that decision. And then he looks at Kruntle and he says, I would also look for that pack of letters and drawings and information that you took from your friend Atticus. Much in that will corroborate what is in those journals. And you will see that I have not lied to you. I seek to break this curse. I am just as much a victim of it. Oh, well, I look forward to your visit. And I bid you adieu. And he disappears.
Ah! Well, I was going to ask if you knew where that wizard was, but okay. That could be helpful. You know, he knows everyone, but
True.
Is it Kruntle? Are you okay? You're a little shaky. You okay?
I've got to go to take a piss.
Understandable.
One thing I did forget, actually, Patience, you need to roll a charisma saving throw.
Shit. Oh, thank God. 24.
You good? One success, one failure. Okay. Yeah.
What is this? Death saving throws?
What does it mean?
Papa.
All right. So, are we looking for a book? We're looking for a book.
It sounds like we're looking for a couple of them, but let's start with the big one.
Yes, I think we're looking. Well, I mean, we are assuming it's a book, but we are looking for info. The truth is here, supposedly.
When Hrangrir died, didn't a tome appear in an egg or something? Am I misremembering? I'm making stuff up. I had the weirdest dream that Hrangrir was holding an egg and he crushed it with his hands, and inside was a slimy, gooey book that just dripping with some strange orange substance. I say we find that egg.
No, yeah.
Patience points to the statue.
Yeah,
Like that?
there's an egg on the statue. Yeah, I think Hrangrir just died by magic missile with an arrow in his neck. I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what
He got finger blasted to death.
Oh,
Guys.
you know what? I
Right.
know what you're thinking about. He threw one of his great swords at one of the statues.
Maybe.
That's what cast draconic transformation on him.
See, this is what happens when I take bad notes. I forget that I'm dead at the beginning of the session. I have a weird fever dream about books inside of eggs.
I would like for you to roll persuasion to persuade the DM to change the story to make that true.
Yeah. Can Bastion the player do a persuasion roll?
Roll at quadruple disadvantage.
Okay.
You need to hit a nat 20.
Okay. I think I can do this.
With your rolls, absolutely not.
Quadruple disadvantage. Oh, that's only a 7.
Oddwood has a flash of the memory of the vision he had, and then passes out. No, yeah. So what do you guys do? Yeah.
Gotta break that egg. That's.
You can break the egg. Okay.
We could. He might not really want. We could ask Hrangrir. I do have a spell to. I vaguely threatened him with it. We could speak with the dead.
That sounds terrifying, Patience.
They're fine normally. I talk to ghosts regularly.
I know, but is he more crazy after death, or less crazy, or I'm gonna look around.
Yeah.
I'm casing it.
Yeah.
Options for later.
Mavec, you wanna
Yeah.
roll
Around
perception
the-
to like see generally, or you want to investigate? So
Yeah, I'm thinking I was gonna like investigate around the altar area to see if there's any like anything.
Yeah.
Can I give the help action, please?
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanna
Okay.
Investigate this egg.
Okay. 17.
You see that in the back again. This base is huge. The dragon skeleton that fell is gargantuan to give you a player's right. And that skeleton looks like it would be too small for the dragon statue that is in front of you. Right, like it wouldn't fill like you couldn't put enough meat on it to match that. And so this altar's huge, right? Lined with a bunch of, and you see now they're broken as a spell component. You would recognize, right, that they are, and you see about 8 broken statues lined this front. But you see around the back, as you're investigating the altar, there is a stairwell that goes underneath.
Hey friends, we got stairs. Definitely don't want to go down in there by myself, but maybe a thing to take a peek at.
Let's talk to Hrangrir before the rats get to him, and then we can check out the stairs.
Sure. I'm not seeing double now, which is lovely, but I'm still swaying a bit.
I cast mirror image now.
Oh, jeez.
Oddwood, that is not funny. A bit of a rest, perhaps, and I'll play a lovely little jaunty tune, make everybody feel a little better. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
Lovely.
Yeah, I could use a rest. I'm completely feeling good, but a rest is always good.
Oddwood, roll a history check and a insight check.
Take guidance for one of them.
I'm going to take guidance for the history. So that is a 17 history, 15 insight.
Did you say 17 history and 15?
17 history, 15 insight.
Okay. You can remember most of your vision. But it's a little confusing to you, I guess. It's like it feels like there's something you can't remember about it that's very important. And over the table, what you don't remember is what the why you were in that harvest and like what most of that's locked.
Yeah.
You were like, wow, I was in like these weird clothes and at like a festival.
Yeah.
But you know that was your previous life, but you don't know, like, you can't tie the bridge together.
Okay.
Just for clarification, can we get a bit of a short rest with a
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's why I was having him roll that. That's during your short rest. That's what you're like, as you like sit there and Patience plays the harp.
Violin, actually, darling.
Violin.
Add an extra 1d8 to whatever you're rolling.
Can I just take the d8 that you just rolled?
Ask GM over there.
Yeah. Everybody can use the 8. It's fine.
Sweet.
Yay.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything else on the short rest? Oddwood, do you have any like artificer things? Anybody want to ask any questions?
After the 2 levels, I get a new infusion. I would love to use it.
Yeah, so ink, you feel after your like memory thing and as you're sitting there with ink, the new level of trust and the new knowledge you have has strengthened your bond with ink and has allowed you to imbue more stuff with whatever weird magic he helps you wield.
Hell yeah. I replicate item Boots of Elven Kind.
It's a really good one. Yeah, anybody else? Any questions you want to ask each other? Whatever, sure.
Did I had no way of knowing, but do we think he killed everybody at the Visanti camp? He said he paid them a visit, and then he mentioned pints, and my brain went to blood. And Ondrej was unique.
We can go check on him.
You remember the dragon was saying that Madame Eva was in the cahoots.
In the cahoots
with Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
But he was crazy. So I don't know.
Slippy. See what they believe.
What was that?
I said I'm gonna roll for Slippy to see what they believe. Oh, yeah. So you see Slippy again as these like you're so used to seeing right. So they are as green jelly kind of thing, and they have their like inner cell part that's kind of this like I would have used as like the changes color and it moves and whatever, right? And you're so used to particularly Patience and Oddwood and Kruntle, even the little time you spent, it's always like the darker green goo, and then the inside is this like neon yellow green color that like gives like the very prototypical what little bit you see of it. 'Cause Slippy also, like Oddwood, just like to wear clothes to feel a little more mainstream. And you can't help but notice the contrast now because there's like so many colors always moving around. And you see this like blue, it's like royal blue kind of like dominating right now. And she speaks up and says, or they speak up and say, I do believe I cannot believe that Strahd is telling the truth. Unfortunately, Madame Ava is probably dead, as well as everybody at the camp. There's no way. If she's alive, then Hrangrir was telling the truth, and they are, in fact, working together. But every bit of knowledge I've been able to get of Strahd over the last 200 years is that you cannot trust a word he says.
Don't you have that sending spell?
It's not that far.
It was quite a journey.
I can
It's
only...
like 2 days, right? 3 days, I think.
I can only really send a message basically from here to the end of the altar, like the hallway.
Mm.
Well, I don't know very many. It's not far from the edge of the mountain pass. There's not, and I'm not even sure how to get anywhere other than from where we went from here to the camp. I think we have to see it on the way back anyways, so we will know more certainly then. There's no reason to worry ourselves before that.
I agree. Spooky basement time?
I thought we were going to talk to the dragon.
Oh, right.
Can we talk to the other dragons? Wait, are we limited in which dragons we can talk to?
And
I don't speak Draconic. I would assume the dragons would speak dragon.
Well, actually, let me roll. They're a ranger. They might know a little bit. You got a +3 on Arcana. And that dirty 20. Slippy says, well, I'm not 100% sure how that spell works, but usually, as I understand it, there is no guarantee Hrangrir will tell us the truth or be cooperative.
Correct.
In general. Also, he is quite mad. I know that dragons, particularly skeletons like that one, and they point to the huge one with the gold core, tend to live over the lifespans over centuries, and are often more intelligent on average than humans. There's a good chance it speaks common, or at least the language we speak.
The only caveat to this spell is that I cannot cast it on something that has been reanimated.
Mm.
Ah, yes.
What about this? And there's some dragons in the statues that haven't been reanimated. What about this guy? Point the one up on the stage.
Can I do...
Bastion, roll an intelligence check.
Straight intelligence. You got it, boss. 7.
It wasn't the statues. It was the crypts underneath. The statues were on plinths that were on top. But otherwise, there's probably a giant skeleton in there. Maybe.
If it's the crypts underneath, then there's the spooky basement. It's probably the crypt underneath this whole thing. That's where Tiamat's corpse is.
No, that's where Vecna's hand is.
Who are these people?
I don't know.
Oh.
Barovia is bereft of divinity. I don't know.
Well, Hrangrir is the one that said the name, Tiamat.
I know he said a lot of words that I did not understand, but I'm used to this, so I just kind of went with it. We should go downstairs, yeah?
Okay.
Yup.
I think Slippy has a good point with the crazy dragon coming back to life. Or not alive, you know what I mean. I'm assuming.
It is completely dark down there. Does one of you have? So there's the moonlight coming down, and it's like a little bit of a spirally staircase.
I'm gonna
And
magically tinker a rock. Well, not a rock. I should do something more flavorful than a rock. I'm gonna go ahead and
You're like a little baby dragon femur.
I was just gonna pull off my finger,
Oh,
Oh,
that's gross.
and it lights with inks like pus at the top, like
Yeah.
like
Like
tar
okay.
on a
Okay.
on a candle, or a torch.
Yep.
And use my magical tinkering to create a little light for us.
God, I love this trick.
It's a 5-foot radius. It's very small.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are adventurers too, so if one of you has a torch, I just want to.
I have dark vision.
So you give a couple other
Same.
forms of light.
who here has difficulty seeing at in the night?
Me.
Slippy, how are you?
I am quite.
Well,
This is the
then.
Gloomstarter Ranger.
Oddwood, buddy up.
You
I've
come
got my
down,
finger. I'm good.
and you see a not a very long hallway, maybe like 10 or 15 feet, whatever. There's a closed door to your left, a closed door to your right, about halfway down the hall, and then there's a closed door all the way at the end. It's a cracked.
Any like discernible differences or markings?
Nope. Very, very plain. They're just like simple wooden doors. Yeah. With
Push
like
the door to
brass.
the left open.
It does open. Yeah.
It's actually, can I do something before we get too far into the spooky basement?
Sure.
I am actually going to look around and go, this is darker than I was expecting. And I'm going to do Eyes of Night, which is one of my cleric features. And it, me and up to three willing creatures I can see within 10 feet have dark vision out to a range of 300 feet.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So I'm gonna give it to Oddwood for sure. Who's
you.
good? I think Kruntle is good. Maybe are you good at Mr. Rogi? Good at investigation.
Yeah, just give it to the party. Slippy will be fine.
Okay. You're good. Okay. So yeah, I was like, oh, here, try this, and I just all of a sudden like little sparkles of starlight kind of go around everyone's vision, and all of a sudden everyone's like can see dark vision for 300 feet.
Sick.
Perfect. And so as you open that door, and Mavec does their little thing, and motes of light come into your eyes, your eye for you, Oddwood. Yeah, you just see like a food storage room. There's it looks like unopened like big barrels of wine. They don't even have like a spout in it. But you can see there's like a kind of a red tinge to the edges. And then there's like some cheeses and like big sacks of flour. Yeah. It's
With
like a food
an
storage.
abundance of caution, I am going to cast See Invisibility.
Yeah, you don't see anything in here.
Cool, and that lasts for an hour, so that should be for our whole
Love it.
check out of the basement. Is like
Nice.
like the nictitating membranes on like crocodiles or cats, like just like a thin sheen of ink covers my good eye.
Love it.
Patients will go up to the next door in the hallway.
Okay, the one
Check.
that is so that you went on the one on the left, and then you're just gonna come out, hang a left, or just straight across the hallway.
Straight across.
Okay. You're just gonna go in.
I'm going to make a perception check before I walk in. Kindly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm following.
Guidance.
Sure.
16.
Yeah, it looks good to you.
Great. Just crack it slowly and push.
Roll everybody roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Bitch. 13.
Okay,
Dirty 20.
30, 20,
17.
17.
A natural 1 for an 8.
Son of a gun.
Okay, give me 1 second.
No, Oddwood, you have to stop that. Maybe you go upstairs.
Oh, I'm doing
You said you have 43?
Health?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Or I had 49, rather.
You should be good.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
Oh.
A cone of radiance shoots out and deals 34 damage to everybody who didn't get over an 18. So I think that's Mavec just takes 17, and then I think everybody else failed, right?
34, you said?
34.
Jeez. What that
Son of a
sparkly damage.
fuck.
Oh.
Patient sits on the floor again.
Wait, I missed. What was the dividing line?
19.
Ah, okay. I have 33 hit points, so
Yeah. Kruntle
Oh no.
goes down. Slippy steps up before anybody else can, and just grabs Kruntle by the neck, kind of like stands him up, casts Cure Wounds into. Whew, you all right there? That was. Maybe we check doors better moving forward.
yeah, that's a good
That
idea.
fucking hurt. That hurt a lot.
That was, it was
a
a
bit
little.
chilly.
Oh, also, if you failed, you're blinded for a minute.
Oh,
Oh no.
perfect.
That's
Good.
the thing of radiance.
I'm just going to lie down. I think that's safest. Yep,
Yeah, it's
I'm
only a
lying
minute.
down now.
You guys catch your shit. And as you as your eyes come back to you, you see a room filled with treasure.
Oh.
Yeah, there's just like a bunch of armaments that look like pretty nice. Like it looks like they're more display than like function. There's like a couple suits of big dragon armor. And then it looks like there's like this is the treasury as well as the armory. And looks like there's 2 big sacks. You don't know what in. And yeah, and a chest in the corner.
Who wants to go looking, and shall I give you a bardic inspiration? I'm touching nothing.
Oddwood absolutely, without hesitation, steps into the room.
Yeah,
Take a D8 of bardic.
Guidance. It's like, I don't know, man.
But
Okay.
like he sees the sacks, he sees the chest, but he's actually gonna make a beeline to the big dragon armor. I want to see if there's any loose pieces that I can like pry off that I can repurpose later for myself.
Yeah, very luckily for you, this armor looks modular.
Ooh.
Like it's not it looks like it's the pieces sort of fasten onto like a leather shell. So if you want to take the time to take this apart and just put it all in your bag of holding, I'll let you do that. And then we'll talk offline about what that means upgrading for your armor wise.
Cool. Yeah.
And how long that'll take. Because we'll say that it'll take a little while for you to artifice.
For sure. But I have the bardic and the guidance, so I can't let my friends down. I'm gonna The sacks seem less likely to be trapped. I'm going to open those.
Yeah, they're in one of them is maybe like 20 or so, you would guess. Diamonds that are all exactly the same shape.
Oh. I mean, I can't use them right now. I don't have
Pretty
the
big.
ability, but I know the diamonds do some things, so maybe, hey.
This looks
Coffee
like the
field.
bags that Patience brings from home sometimes.
Oh, and then the other bag is filled with, it's a little bit smaller. It's got 100 platinum in it.
Well, 100 goes 25 4 ways. That's pretty easy.
We're 5 people, darling. 20.
Oh, no, I
20.
don't need
Unless-
any. My share goes to Slippy.
Oh.
We are 5 people. I will manage yours, but it is yours.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then
It-
20 splits just as easily.
Does it look like Kruntle's like is being held back by the scruff? Is he like ready to go?
No. Yeah, he just stood him up. They just stood him up. He's
Kruntle, are you
yeah.
are you like sticking back because you got killed by
you
the
have a
room?
six health points back.
Feeling a little rough right now, to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay.
But I
Oh.
will investigate the last doorway if you want.
Well,
I'd like to investigate the chest first.
how about we would just poke around in here a little more? And I'm like now super curious. Rich kid being like, what the hell is worth what in here?
Yeah, can I check out the chest? I want to look
I'm
at it.
also going to,
Yeah, you want to investigate it?
I would.
wrap an arm around Kruntle and give him a little bit of a healing word at 3rd level because that's scary.
My rolls are
Before you
absolutely
say
ludicrous.
anything, you can get help.
Can anyone help?
Take the help action.
You know.
Thanks.
17, Kruntle.
That's better. That's an actual roll.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then what is the? Are you
Has a
rolling your
19
guidance
investigation check.
or your bard?
Oh, my bardic. Yes, I get 1d8 for that.
Bard, that's what it was. Okay.
And guidance.
And guidance.
That brings it to a 23 investigation check on this chest.
There's an incredibly powerful spell. You run your little checks. You're taken back to Ludendorff and Dr. Mordenheim, and she says to you, "You see, a lot of these trigger after opening more than 1/2 inch, so you can just check. And if you see glowing wards, it's a bad thing. But dumb thieves never check that." And she finishes her spell, closes the chest.
I feel like I've been roused by a memory.
And so, yeah, you recognize the rooms, that it's like an incredibly powerful necrotic smell that probably would have killed any one of you if you would have opened it without any sort of magical aid.
Like outright kill or like
It
unconscious?
probably would have fucking killed you.
Okay. Hey, Kruntle, how good are you at disarming traps? Or using a shadow to open a chest while we hide around this side?
Yes.
One of the best there is.
All right, I'm going to go then. I'll go around the corner.
We'll be over here.
Very scary. I don't know if I recommend this as your doctor. Okay, bye.
Yeah, so no, I'm like literally outside the door, like poking my head in and using Mage Hand Legerdemain to disarm this trap.
Guidance.
You're 10 feet away.
How big is the room?
It's this. Call it a 10 by 10.
Okay.
So
and-
you.
How
far is
can
what's
you
the reach
be?
on Mage Hand?
30 feet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can reach it then. Easy.
Okay.
You have a guidance.
You guys see. Oh yeah, your Mage Hand's invisible because you're a trickster. You see a black cloud and around the like form of a hand, slowly disintegrate, and the cloud dissipates. And it looks like you're free. It looks like you're ready to go.
Poke it a few more times just in case.
That you had to recast it now because the hand disintegrated.
Did your shadow just straight up die? Like, that's not good.
If only.
Oh no.
The solution finally found.
Would have made things easier, but no.
Yeah. So do you look in the chest?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. There is a folded banner with a that's royal blue with a platinum dragon on it. Head.
Oh.
There is a what looks like a scroll case. You would recognize it as beautiful platinum gilding with a little bit of like gold inlay and that same royal blue color on the banner. And then to the left of that is like a small stack of papers.
We found the real treasure.
Paper?
It's got writing on it, doesn't it?
You see actually that the papers, it's a scroll case, and the papers are just correspondence between. It looks like if you take time to sit down, and you see this really quickly, that it's Hragnir's correspondence with like the high priest from where he's from, right? Which seems to be like the main temple of Bahamut. In like the main temple for Bahamut. And so yeah, it's talking about his journey there. And it names the warriors that are with him and the party and reiterates the importance of their mission. And do you try to open the scroll case?
Yeah, I think I'll check it for traps first, though.
Yeah, go ahead, check it for traps.
Yeah.
Guidance.
With guidance 24.
Yeah, there's not. You're 100% certain there's no trap.
All right, open this baby.
What you
Constitution
see
statement.
inside is a large. It's a large scroll case. It's like maybe like 14 inches wide. Yeah, it took up a large portion of the chest. And it's on vellum, and it's an official decree. And you see this like platinum ingrained filigree on the edges. The writing is huge, beautiful, ornate, and yeah, it's essentially the like official decree of like what Hrangrir was brought here to do, which was to defeat a great evil in the name of Bahamut, and either bring back Strahd or kill him in the process of, or bring back who was responsible, or kill the person in the process of cleansing the land of this evil. And Kruntle, roll a history check for me real quick.
Sure enough.
Can I help?
Yeah. Well, no, because this is something Kruntle read on his own. Well, yeah. You could give the help. You could talk it through.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to.
No, it's fine. I would have respected your choice either way. I respect it more because this benefits me.
Patience would like to make just a cursory look around the room to see if there's anything like shiny and fun that, the party could like use or something.
Natural 20 on that history check, by the way.
You recognize that this is within a couple hundred years of when people think Barovia disappeared.
Wow.
This is very well, I'll give you like an exact number. It's 300. It's about 330 years from what you can remember reading in those packs and stuff. You just remember the dates very specifically, so that Hrangrir has been around in Barovia for the difference.
Mm-hmm. Well, this fellow's been around a while, eh? Reckon he's going to come back now that we've killed him.
I hope so. But less mad this time, maybe.
It would be nice.
You, Oddwood, remember in your mind and in your memory that there are those who have such strong feelings of emotion that they hold on to sometimes just their memories from a past life, and sometimes it can be so strong that they hold on to their lives, and they hold on to their bodies. And are like reborn.
I think he's going to become a symbiote and make a different Oddwood, an Oddstone. That's my conjecture.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of terrifying, actually. I mean, you're cool, but that's a lot.
Oh, thanks. That means a lot to me. I try to be cool.
Yeah. Do we think that this is, guys? You think this is what we're looking for? I don't think so. No.
Can I start to ritual cast Identify on the banner while the rest of the group heads to the other room?
I mean, you can, but I'm just going to tell you right now, it's not magical. It's just it was the banner that like.
Yeah, these are just sentimental items to.
Yeah, important.
Here.
These are you deduce that these were the things that he felt were most important to keep safe.
Yeah. Cool. I just want to make sure it was important because like he cares about his status and his god or whatever, or because the banner gives us an inspiring leader feat or something. I don't know.
That'd be pretty sick.
I wish I could read.
We can work on that, Mavec. We could work on that. Would you like to learn to read?
Yes. I feel like it would be helpful because I miss a lot of things. So
at this point, Slippy sloshes back in, walking with her symbiote on the stone. Are you?
No wet sock noises. None of those noises. No.
Like a wet sock on a teak deck.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
Absolutely not.
Red car, David. Red car.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize to the audience. I'll make sure that content warning is also in the description.
Yeah,
but also make sure to add a sound effect.
Yeah.
I'm kind of doing it.
Squelching. I think I have one that says squelching.
Love that.
But anyways,
yeah.
So they squelch back in.
Yeah, Slippy comes back in and says, "This is fucked up." And has a journal. And anybody can read it if they want.
Yeah, let's read it.
Except for me.
Yeah, so essentially you see
read it out loud.
Thanks.
Anybody familiar a little bit with history, it was very common for people to copy their letters, particularly like very important people, that way in case it got lost, but also some explicitly had them copied 2 or 3 times, like George Washington did this in the Revolutionary War, because he knew that this was something that people would want a historical record for. And this journal seems to be written in that narrative style form. And it starts the day and says, "The Lord Bahamut has shined upon me this day, I have been told I will be officially decreed to set forth and destroy the devil of Barovia. And then it kind of just goes on and that, right? Like there's like a bunch of entries about like getting the team ready and like which dragons that they were going to take, that they had to decide on the team wise, and that they wanted to take even eggs with them to populate the land with good dragons. That way, when the like, because there was also rumors of monsters, right? That was like also what an evil's growing here. So the idea was let loose, grow these little baby dragons into big good dragons that protect people and the land, right, and destroy the bad stuff. But that they and so they brought those in, and they, it goes further, and he talks about sending that. He talks about similar stuff to Kruntle, right? Had to find Vasanti to get in. Even then, it was like a huge deal, and they couldn't get someone, like they had to pay an exorbitant price to get in, right? And then once they did, this is where you start to see it like turn a little bit. You see like slowly over time, right, that the journal entries become less pompous, less what's the word? Self-righteous. And they become a little bit more despairing and paranoid, right? They're just a little more negative, and then you see like little slip-ins of like this person's wants the glory and they want the post. We need to root out this pernicious evil. Except that this pernicious evil is everywhere. So what good does it do to prune weeds in a garden that is full of weeds, right? And there's just this like, and you see this like spiraling of a man till eventually you get towards the end and you realize that he is the one who killed most of the people that he came with. But you also discover that the egg of his dragon, that his dragon has been taken, and that all he has left is the egg, and that his dragon's name is Raycon.
Raycon.
And that's who you also put together is the largest statue. And a lot of the last entries just say, like, I must find them. I must find them. They need to hatch this egg. This egg is the last hope for Barovia. This egg is my last hope. I must protect the egg. People are coming to get it. Strahd is taunting me. He's sending minions after me. Now they're saying they're from Madame 8. Right, I think you see this like sort of progression until eventually there's no more entries. And that was like a long time ago.
How big is this egg?
Roll a, I don't know, would that be Arcana or Nature?
Well, there's the egg upstairs, right?
Oh, the egg upstairs is probably like 9 feet. That statue's the size of a house, right? Mm-hmm. So the egg, and like I kind of described it, right? Like it's one of those like like David statues where the top is like a little exaggerated, so that when you see it from afar, it looks the same. So when you got close to it, this dragon that's like clutching this egg, in front of it, it's just enormous. Think like Smog in the Hobbit size dragon with an egg probably like a third of its face. So, from like long oval to down, about 9 feet tall, maybe like 6 or 7 feet in diameter.
Gotcha.
And it looked completely carved, right? That's what we're...
The statue? Yeah, it's
yeah, okay.
yeah, it's obsidian.
Cool.
It's like a black, but it looks a little like purplish or bluish because of the moonlight is the only thing that comes through in that big hole over the thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Which room did you get this from? Great find, by the way.
The bunk room, it looks like.
And there was one more door, if I'm not mistaken?
That was the door.
Yeah, that's the bunker.
Yeah, if you go out in the hall, you see that room leads to 3 beds on one side, 3 beds on the other, and 3 beds on the far wall, with a singular actual bed that looks like it was for whoever's the most important.
I wonder who slept there. Aren't we supposed to be finding Strahd's journal here?
And his followers, is what he said. Maybe we do need to talk to this fella.
I think she has only said that the treasure lies in the house of the dragon.
Maybe the treasure was all of us learning how to work together better.
The treasure was the friendships we made. Yes, I think that is.
You're both
good,
so precious.
Knowledge. You're coming here for knowledge. So the idea that it would be a journal probably makes sense.
Have you already turned this bunk room over, Slippy, or should we give it a once over?
Yes. Feel free. There's a few others. A few other things. And you just see like some dried out ginseng root. There's like folded at the edge, like it's military style. All the beds are still made. A small photo, not photo. Sorry, like it's a little drawing. Of a dragonborn, and a little statue of Bahamut. But I guess you guys don't really know that. And that's it. That's all you really see in there. I do believe whatever we're looking for is probably upstairs.
There's an upstairs. Oh, hell. All right.
Well,
No,
he
I
went
think
down. So, like,
Yeah.
It's okay,
Are you
Kruntle.
okay?
You got hit really hard on the head.
Yeah, let's go sit down.
Yeah.
I
When I was talking about the sparkly spells, that was the thing that killed. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. More of the sparkly spells, I think. Perhaps. Yeah, let's go upstairs. We're good.
Yeah, let's go. Oddwood's eyeing the egg the whole time we get upstairs.
Roll an intelligence check,
Sure.
I guess.
Guidance.
It's a 19 with the guidance. That's a 23.
Woo!
Ooh.
You've never been more sure it's in that fucking egg.
It's gotta be in that egg.
You literally never been more sure of anything else in your life.
We gotta figure out how to break that egg, everyone.
I mean, we just
How
knock it
sure we are
over.
of this?
Wait, do I have it
Exactly.
prepared? There's no way I have it prepared. Do I have it prepared? I have shatter prepared.
Oh,
Everybody back.
I want to shatter the egg.
Get so far back.
I feel very concerned for some reason. I'm going to go away.
Wait, should I shatter the egg or the arms holding the egg? I think the egg, because it's not like a real egg, it's an obsidian egg.
Your spell, your call.
But if
But if
that's an
you-
actual... I don't know what dragon eggs look like. Maybe they look like obsidian, and I'm about to kill a baby dragon.
Oh,
And
no.
you don't crack an egg on the sharp surface. You crack it on the flat surface because that way it doesn't completely break the yolk inside. So maybe we break the hands, and then the egg falls. And
Do we think that we have a different method of breaking it? If it lands,
can somebody roll? Can I roll a?
can we roll a check to see if that is an actual dragon egg?
Roll.
Slippy,
One
you know
person
dragons.
roll nature and one person roll arcana.
I can roll Arcana.
I
16.
I have
roll nature.
I have a +2 to nature. I mean, so I can
I got a plus
Slippy, what do
3.
you think?
to
I have a
nature.
+4 to nature. I can also do the nature roll.
It's gotta be somebody else.
Could I make an argument for medicine because it's
No.
an egg?
It's an egg. It's not medicine.
Well, it's a
immediately
body.
medicine.
Oh, that's a very
Okay.
Western view of medicine, David.
Okay, I'm a Western person. I was born in the
Okay,
West. Thank
how's
you.
it feel,
Listen.
colonius?
Okay, yeah.
No,
I feel
even
very
my indigenous
colonizer.
roots are from the West, right?
Colonizer, there you go. Coming
Listen,
from
my hobgoblin nature, we consider that medicine.
Can
You know.
Did you roll already? Can you take bardic?
I would maybe if you were a dragonborn.
You don't know my body.
That's a cloaca, baby.
Roll. All right, I'm being hassled here. I'm being hassled.
That's a
Bardic.
16 Arcana.
Maybe take a bardic if you're rolling nature.
All right, I'll do it. Nature. Okay. D4 for Bardic.
A D8 for Bardic.
A D8 for
D8.
bardic.
Hell yeah. Ooh. Dirty 20. 22.
Between the two of you, with the nature roll, you're fairly certain that it's not organic material.
Okay.
The way you phrase that makes me actually more concerned.
It's going to
Oddwood,
explode.
you're with Ink as your co-pilot, as we've put it before.
He's my co-pilot.
You recognize the difference between something that has even the potential for life to run through it and not, and you are fairly
Shatter that
certain.
fucking egg.
Okay, so how do you cast it?
Yeah, so
Clank
Oddwood.
your fucking fist together.
No, Oddwood is going to kind of take his backpack and swing it around to his front and rummage through and get like a little device, 2 of them that have like satellite dishes looking things on them, and like hold them like he like, gets the angle just right to get the reverberations to hit this sort of disharmony that.
Yeah, so Mavec is actually the only person whose ears hurt from it. Everybody else just kind of hears a, and you see the like spider web cracking around the egg, and the hands and arms, and then the arms fall, the egg falls.
Does it fall on us?
I moved.
I think you're fast.
Yeah.
Back. Okay. Yeah, everybody said way back, so Oddwood would have to be the closest, and I think he's more than far enough back, and no shrapnel flies far enough. That was your luck check's fine. And you see a pile of black stone.
I solved the mystery, everyone.
It was hollow. You could definitely tell it was hollow.
Oh.
Hello.
Okay. Oddwood's gonna go start rooting around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go.
find another
help.
large chest.
Oh wait. Hey, who's good at checking for traps? Hey, Kruntle, you good?
And
Hey, guys.
you find a much smaller obsidian egg. This one does look organic.
Oh, the baby.
It feels hard as stone. It feels weirdly kind of warm. But it's almost like that icy hot feeling where it's like cold and warm at the same time, where it's like almost like this that prickly kind of hot. Yeah, and this you think it's about 3 feet. It's big. If you want to carry it, right? It's a big fucker.
Oh.
Yeah, long. Or sorry, let's call it like 2 feet. It's like 2 feet long with about 1.5 feet around in the fattest part of the diameter.
Okay.
Guys, you gotta stop being funny in the chat. Everybody sees our reactions, and they want to know what we're talking about.
You don't need to know. You don't need to
Side
know.
Someone made a joke that Slippy and Oddwood adopt, and it's very cute.
I'm not sure if we're ready to take that step yet. Yeah, can I investigate the chest?
Commit to me.
Look, there's something.
We just haven't talked about kids yet, okay?
I thought that was implied.
No, if you're on board, then we can adopt the egg.
I'm just kidding.
Guidance.
Yeah, so there's an egg and there's a chest. Is somebody investigating the chest?
I'm investigating the chest.
Okay. Do it. You can do it at advantage. Anybody can give you help.
Cool.
Giving help.
That is a... rolling my guidance. 17.
It looks like there's no traps in here.
Pop it open.
Kruntle, I can give you the help action too.
He's already
You're
open.
gonna look. Oh, there was two things, right? Besides the egg? Or was it? No. It
the
was
egg
just
and the chest.
That's right.
Yeah.
In the chest, it looks like it's like fitting. This one's not a big chest, right? This is a smaller little guy. And there's just 2 books that have patience roll, history check.
History?
Yeah, just don't roll a 1.
Great.
Don't
I'm
do
gonna
it.
guide myself. That's 13, 17 plus.
Yeah, you're good. This is one has Strahd's crest on it, and the other has one that you don't recognize.
Would Strahd's dad have a different crest?
That one there is Strahd's himself.
Can you read it
Possibly.
out loud for Mavec?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, these are like
We got time.
Title page.
I just don't know how.
This will take like time to get through. You probably spent about an hour or so downstairs. This would be like you're gonna like sit here tonight, and it'll probably honestly take. I mean, it's like doing a research paper, right? It'll truly take you like weeks to get through it fully of like what's and everything. We'll start rolling tonight though. Right, like right now, in game tonight, and that'll give. I'll let that be the like overskim, and you guys can. So we'll let. I'm sure Oddwood's going to be one of them. But there's 2 books, so 2 of you can roll, help with the other, right? The other 2 can help, and the average of those rolls is going to give us what the knowledge level you get out of it.
Would you allow Bardic and Guidance to be put on these rolls as well?
How many Bardic do you have left?
3, I think.
Do they recharge at short rest?
Yeah, they do, baby.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I was like, damn.
And guidance is a cantrip.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, it's a long journey back to the camp. I say this is the most insulated we're going to be inside of a mountain. Let's barricade the door and sleep here tonight. There's some bunks downstairs.
Well, and also, I don't know what happened. It was like during this fight, like something just opened in my brain, and suddenly, like I can do other things that I didn't know I could do, and I can make a little small house that's good for 8 hours.
Let's errata that.
Lovely.
Mavec, you found a spell book.
Oh, good. I can't read it, but hey.
Is it a cleric of Bahamut?
It's diagrams.
It's an IKEA spellbook.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
It shows you how to make a
Hey,
tiny
look.
hut.
I can make a tiny hut. So if we want to be, it could just, you guys are all saying that like this guy could wake up again and he's absolutely insane, and I don't want to die. So again,
Well, if we further rend him limb from limb, I'm sure we could delay him 8 hours.
that's very upsetting. Maybe we
that's
just make a hut.
So dark. That is so
What?
dark.
What's wrong with rending? I'm still holding my finger torch.
Please put that back on. We're upstairs
This isn't
now.
a flight up here, honey. let's just. I
I
think
wanna
we
know
have
if it-
more than maybe ask Ink, but maybe we have more than like a day. Maybe.
Does anybody have?
Also, if not, we could just like lock him in a room.
We could lock each of his limbs in a different room.
No.
Do you want to pitch him out
Oddwood,
into
are
the
you-
mist?
Are you okay?
We
Yeah,
could also
fine.
do that. Just kind of throw him down the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
I like him too much for that. I want him.
What about a funeral pyre?
You're fine with rending
Well,
him.
because the hands can eventually crawl their way back to the body.
Okay,
right?
what about just the head? What if we just cut the head off?
I go a little ways away and I sit down for a minute and I just start kind of doing this magic and I'm like, okay, and then we have a hut. I'm gonna be in the hut. No one can get in here.
Kruntle, everybody roll a perception check. Kruntle, roll a stealth check with for your shadow.
A stealth check for my shadow. Oh boy.
Oh,
Ooh, coming in hot with a 7.
13.
oh wait.
19 for that.
No.
8. I'm very happy in my hut. I'm not leaving. If I leave, I have to start over.
Did everybody got lower than a 19 though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Desperately.
Kruntle, you get a tap on your shoulder,
Oh,
and it's just your shadow pointing. And Hragnir's head has been cut off, as well as his hands and his feet.
well, good news, everybody. Good news. You don't have to cut anything off because it's already off. And now we can.
And then you just see Kruntle's shadow from like over his shoulder, holding 2 thumbs up.
I love them. That's adorable. Okay.
I am torn. As a person of healing, this is very upsetting, but
Well, the hands will crawl their way back, so it's fine.
Stop it. Stop.
What, like this?
No.
I need to know if that hurts ink, okay? Like that feels and you just like fired ink into the guy to kill him.
I don't
Okay,
think
let's
ink
get
has
these,
pain
let's
receptors.
get these checks.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I
Lord
want
of
to. I don't know, Patience. What's more interesting to you? Do you want Stratty or Daddy?
Oh. Familiarity? I can't really. I was going to give help read over someone's shoulder like an annoying classmate.
Yeah, I can read.
I'm more interested in Daddy.
Hello,
I'll take
Daddy.
Strahd.
It's good to know, I guess. Congratulations.
Guidance.
Uh,
Guidance.
Let's call
to
you
Kruntle.
Daddy.
I'll give Bardic to both of you and guidance to Oddwood.
Thank you.
I can give guidance to both too. I just was like,
It's concentration.
oh, that's right. That's right.
And the help action. So
Hell yeah. What are we rolling for these books, David?
Intelligence, raw intelligence.
Just raw brain. Perfect.
All right.
Patience isn't pretty, she's not that smart.
Sitting in the tent.
So that is a 30.
Damn! Pew, 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 pew.
You see
Where's
Dave
that lore?
Is that
24 total.
24. Okay. Very good rolls. So we'll go, like I said, overview right now. And then sort of like as you guys travel, we'll get more and more of your I'll give you more and more as you go. And we'll make checks every night to see like how far you get in. Because there's a big so the reason it's like raw intelligence, right, is that it's difficult to read because even though it's written in common, it's like trying to read Old English. Right? Because so even if you have an understanding of it or of Middle English, there's still like wait, so that no, V is U and right, and you're kind of doing that thing. But what you can sort of get, and we'll say this takes like 3 or 4 hours. And that it's generously low because you guys rolled so high, right? But to get like even a raw overview of like sort of skimming and flipping through, get your notepad, it's ready.
All right. Special thanks to my GF.
If this is true, Strahd's father, Barov von Zarevich, was conquered this land, or was attempting to, had invaded, and was in because of the nature of the valley, there was, which is why he wanted it, the local people were very entrenched in, and they were able to use like a set of tunnels and different things like that to very heavily resist, and it was hard for his overwhelming army to get through the mountains and really navigate a lot of this stuff, right? So a lot of the stuff that he used to take over like the main castles and the main townships was sort of useless in this valley topography. And after an attack late at night, left him close to mortally wounded. Both his sons who were on their way. So Strahd kind of ran a like Genghis Khan, or sorry, Barov ran like a Genghis Khan style conquering, right? He did a lot of the main stuff, and then his sons took on like smaller little regions, right? So like when they were taking over this valley, right? Like that was the prize, and Strahd and his brother were isolating them, and they were taking out the little lands in between, right, to make sure that this valley got cut off economically and food-wise, to make it easier to siege, to make it easier to completely take over. And that's kind of like the way they did it, right? They ran like a pincer movement, and Barov would take the main, right? And so, but Barov gets sort of fatally wounded in a night attack. He gets poisoned. And then also it has to fight for his life and loses a limb. He loses his left hand, or at least use of it. And they ended up having to amputate it due to infection, because the poison was taking up so much of his body's ability to fight that. The wound got infected. He had to lose his hand. He was very close to death. His sons got word of that, made their way to try to extract him, because at this point he was vulnerable, needed more people with him. Barov, while he's trying to recuperate, one of the slaves that was sort of taken up in some part of the conquering of that is native to the land, says she's a witch woman, right? Like a wise woman, can help him recover, right? Barov knows full well eventually she does help him recover. He does heal. She tells him eventually that she knows a way that he could get, not only be revitalized, right? Like have his hand grow back. That she knows magics like that, but that she could also guarantee him eternal life. Barov was obsessed with, and you see this in his writings before this, right? Obsessed with the idea of like glory and family and living forever through your accomplishments. So this idea of living forever actually strongly appealed to him, and he made a deal. It's very light on details. You would have to get more. You'll get more into that when you get into it. made a deal with this woman that sort of bartered it, right? This native woman, this Vistani woman that bartered the deal, and it in a very Faustian way backfired. The Valley of Barovia was removed from the plane into its own demiplane, and you guys sort of know the rest as far as that goes. For Strahd, you see the path of a 24-year-old dude who's got a brother he's very competitive with. Strahd was initially much more interested in books and knowledge. He is a wizard, sort of by trade, and did and that was sort of like what he brought to the battlefield, kind of thing, right? And use more like strategy and knowledge as opposed to like charisma, like his brother, or sort of like brute force and power, like his father. He was the crafty, the intelligent one. Kind of reminds you of you, Kruntle. Was forced to fight for his dad. You sense a lot of resentment with his dad and a lot of competition with his brother. So you sense this idea of loathing towards his father, loathing towards himself for still wanting his father's like approval and release eventually. He often talks about wanting to just go back to his studies, not wanting this life anymore. When is enough land enough? All this death and destruction for what? I could be creating in my own space. A lot of that kind of whining. And then a lot of like, why do I even work this hard when he's just constantly rewarding my brother? And then that gets turned to like 105 on a scale of 10, right? Once the curse takes place. It's like pure vile hatred. And what you discover in Strahd's book is that he hatches immediately a plan to like kill his dad. His brother gets in the way. He kills his brother. That's when they find out the nature of the living forever. When he attempts to kill his brother, they find out the nature of that, which again we'll get like a lot more into, like sort of as you get there, right? And as we do more of these checks. Is that the nature of his brother? Where am I? Curse. Oh yeah, kills the brother. The father escapes. Eventually, Strahd talks about a couple of artifacts that are very important. Let me make sure I got the names right. And it's the Sun Sword is one of them. You see that come up, this obsession that he needs the Sun Sword to kill his father. And that there's the heart. Sorry, wait. The holy symbol, which is the heart of the people of Barovia. And that he needs, but these talks more about wanting the Sun Sword at first to kill his father. He thinks that's what he needs. He gets a hold of that. Eventually, he can't, and then he needs to get the heart of Barovia. And he talks about that once he killed his father, that would end the curse, and instead, he was given the option to take over as sort of like the deed signer, and did. And then you see a lot of what was in Kruntle. This is good that you picked Strahd's, because you see a lot of corroboration between the historical record and what people have been able to piece together in Atticus's notes and what was in Strahd's journal. There has been, and you also realize something like incredibly devastating, that Strahd has essentially like wiped the slate clean in Barovia multiple times. That he's like at times just a complete extinction with the exception of like the Vistani.
Hmm.
And that in one of these, it was like truly everyone. That sometimes he did surgicals, like just cities, and they would either repopulate or reabandon different domains, right? Different places that he would just wipe off. Like if there was too much resistance, they were just gone. And at one point, almost all of Barovia that happened with, and the Vistani essentially had people repopulate by bringing them in as settle as a new land. And so that's some of the reason you think you see a little bit of that like staccato, sort of like through the ages architecture and different things as you were traveling, right? Because history and culture has like stopped and started and is disjointed. And then about halfway through Strahd's, you see like a lot of remorse, a lot of anger, a lot of sadness, and like I just need a way out. I need to discover the name of the devil. I need but I can't do it on my own. I need, and then you see this like slow development of a system to uh, uh, to find people worthy to help him. And what you also see is anger and frustration over the countless times that it didn't work out, where people went crazy, people killed each other, people, et cetera, and that his father, that trying to do this while also keeping his father at bay, who keeps being reincarnated and hunting him down. And then a lot of the other specific stuff, you rolled a little bit lower, so that's the gist of what you get, right? Is that it corroborates a lot of what Kruntle you read in the
notes,
in Atticus's letters and notes and stuff like that. And that the other part is that from what this says, and you can do like a separate investigation to see the like quote unquote authenticity, to see if it's like actually looks old or this looks like doctored or whatever, right? And I'll reward that accordingly. But yeah, from what you can tell too, that the second thing is that Strahd is probably telling the truth. That there's some pretty detailed stuff that if you wanted to really get into, you could see he has like about specifics of how to get out of the deal.
Okay.
Those sound important.
Well, everybody. So this is all being said out loud, right? Because everyone knows that Mavec is just okay. I think Mavec is going to look at Slippy. How's Slippy doing? Like with hearing all of this information.
Like a dark cloud, of like gray, like gray, a little tinge of that like purple we've talked about before that you kind of like learn to associate with like battle / anger. Yeah, but I would say mostly, like purple, black, gray is a lot of what's going on, right? So without even asking, you can see that there's like frustration you would get, or roll an insight.
Yeah. See how they feel.
Oddwood, you can roll an advantage if you want to try to participate.
I got a 14.
You would just say general, like, Slippy's really hard to read, and you're not super familiar with them and what these like colors mean, but you would just generally think like the way that they're moving and the general tone of the colors, just like sort of a lot going on.
Yeah, I got an 18.
Again, because of familiarity and over 15. Yeah, Slippy's like really frustrated and conflicted. I mean, anybody feel free to ask them too what they.
I think that I get the idea. I think that they probably just need some time to think about it, rather than like a solution or even Oddwood's thoughts right now.
And I think with that, Slippy's gonna say, I need to clear my head. I'm going to step out. I just This is a lot. You have a certain idea and a certain goal. You believe one thing for decades, and what if everything was based on a lie?
It's
What if the
a
truth
lot to
is
think about.
so much worse? Yeah, I'll be back. Not too. I just. Yeah, and then they turn and go.
Well, I make sure that they have my homunculus ring with them before they leave.
Thank you, dear. Also, I was kind of joking about us taking the egg, but do you mind watching it? Just like I don't know.
Yeah, I can watch
Do you check it out?
Yeah, I don't think it can fit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Oddwood, if you want to roll a tinkering check,
Tinker's tools, baby.
let's see if you could get maybe like Patience's bag's mouth wide enough to fit the egg.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to ask you too. Where's Normalwood?
Normalwood? You know, I haven't been talking about Normalwood, so I wasn't sure if I was going to bring Normalwood into the game. Since we're like 7 episodes deep now.
Yeah, it's fair.
But we could bring Normalwood. I do.
Is it in the bag though? Like in the bag of holding?
It would have been in Oddwood's backpack.
So not in the bag of holding.
Nah. Trees need oxygen.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is not a super high roll for me, though. That is a 13. If I can add guidance to that?
Sure.
That brings it up to a 15 at least.
That's all you needed. Yeah, you can jerry rig something to get Patience bag.
Do eggs need oxygen?
I
mean,
don't think that one does.
It was in a statue.
You can roll a nature or a medicine check.
See? It's a baby.
Medicine.
I'm doing medicine.
Because this one's
21.
actually an egg. Sorry, what'd you get, Patience?
21.
18.
Patience, Arcana or medicine?
I did medicine.
Medicine. Okay. You think you remember hearing a myth that, like a story your dad told. You used to tell a lot of stories that some didn't seem possible or real. But there was a lot of things that didn't seem possible or real days ago that are real now. And that you remember hearing like a story of a hero finding a dormant egg, and that dragon eggs can last indefinite amounts of time dormant.
A story that my father told. The hero found a dragon egg, and it can just last. I mean, maybe not forever, but for certainly a very long time. I think it'll be fine.
Okay, you're the expert.
Expert?
Mavec, you agree with that? You think that because it's a being of magic, that it probably doesn't have the same rules as normal eggs, but that even most normal eggs can go like a few days between like constant warmth or whatever, right? Like reptiles at least.
Yeah. I do want to, while we're kind of settling in for the rest here, I want to cast Identify ritually on the egg as well. I don't think I'll get much, but just see if there's any magical information I can learn about it.
It is an obsidian dragon egg.
Cool.
What you get back? It is it is a type of gem dragon. Roll. Ooh, this is gonna be a really high Arcana check. Our history.
History. They're both
but
the
you
same.
did go to college, so I'll give you
Cool.
a
Is anyone
chance.
else proficient in history can help me out?
+3.
Is that proficient?
I'm
No.
bot. I have half proficiency, but
Yeah, I think
This is
because
a
you're
roll.
trying to pull from like
25,
freshman
baby!
biology,
Nice.
and you do. You remember one of your like first courses that was on basic monsters and mythologies and whatever, right? And it was this like, and that's really all it talked about is the different types of dragons, and like there's the gem, chromatic, uh, and oh my god, what's the other one?
Matt.
Yeah, sure. Metallic, chromatic, and gem dragons, and that obsidians do psychic damage. They can speak telepathically, and that they that the type of damage they do, like when they breathe, and they don't breathe like flame. They breathe like pure psychic hate that disrupts your brainwaves and can make people go mad.
Oh. Are they
They're-
generally friendly?
that is a very interesting thing. As you also learn in this 101 monsters class in your 1 day of studying dragons, obsidian dragons actually tend to be evil. They tend to where they nest, they infect the land with like madness.
Oh, maybe we don't wake it up.
Typically. So that's very interesting to think about as to why
those were the
Hrangrir.
good dragons that Hrangrir was trying to seed this world with.
Hrangrir was you put it together that his dragon is the dragon was an obsidian dragon, and that this is its offspring. And with that and the diary, you put together that this was like a redemption project. That on a mission a long time ago, Hrangrir found or battled this dragon, and then Raycon and battled Raycon, and instead of killing him, showed him mercy, and that the dragon became his companion after that as an adult dragon. And that's sort of what lauded Hrangrir up the ranks because he was able to do something. So, and that Raycon was able to rehabilitate himself so much that he instead brought a lot of calm wherever he was.
Interesting.
Sort of like reversed and it helped further. This is a lot. See, all this lore is written, and you had to do it. That it helped further the temple's understanding of how dragons work, and that maybe there isn't inherently evil dragons, but that it has more to do with their demeanor and their intentions.
Hey, Patience. You have that short range send a message thing, right?
Yeah, would you like me to contact Slippy?
I'd like you to contact the dragon in the egg.
Oh, all right.
They communicate telepathically. I don't know what their fertilization process is or like how brain they are right now, but I'd be curious. They might respond.
Sure. Anything you'd like to say?
Hello?
All right.
Much better with words than I am.
I'll cast message to the egg. Hello,
really interesting bit of spell work.
When does life begin, David?
This is an egg. It's a completely different thing. Patience, give me an Arcana check first.
Guidance. Oh no.
Oh no.
It's a 2. Dirty 20.
Now give me a persuasion.
Bard's gonna bird, man. All right, so this is gonna be a plus 11.
I know.
Bring baby Beethoven to it.
I was really hoping you didn't get to 20.
So that's a 4 on the guidance, and that's that's a 31.
Nice.
What do you say to this?
Baby dragon.
Hello, baby.
Yes. Hello, little one. We've got you safe. Welcome to the party.
Are you... Where's my mother? Why have you taken me?
What's it say?
It's asking where its mother is and why we've taken it.
Who's holding the egg?
Either Patience or Oddwood.
Or is it on the floor?
Oddwood. I think it's probably
Oddwood's. Oddwood just toddled over with this massive fucking egg.
Yeah, you feel it. You feel it pulsing. You feel now.
Oh, I can feel it kick.
We can take it. We are be traveling. We can see if we can find its mother.
I've been in here so long. Where have you brought my mother back? I can't leave here without him. Let's go upstairs.
Cast message again. I don't know where your mother is, but I think we are going to do what we can. We'll do what we can to make things right for you.
Thank you.
Ask its name and tell it that it's not safe where it is right now. That's why we're taking it.
Sure. Do you have a name, little one? And
I don't yet.
No? Would you like one?
I don't know.
All right, well, we'll think about it. The little one doesn't know if they have a name. They don't think they have a name. I suppose that's something for you to consider with your paramour, Oddwood.
I think this is more like a group thing. But I like longing, because then we could have patience and longing, and it also matches with like how long they've been waiting.
Ooh. That's a good one.
There you go.
That is a little sad.
It is a little sad. I think we have time to think about it.
We're going to workshop it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
night.
I had a little thought experiment, and honestly, it's really just a worst case scenario should I not be available to get you through the mists anymore, and I honestly don't know if it'd work, but do you happen to have any vials on you, empty ones, Oddwood?
Oh, yeah.
Or anybody? Wonderful. And I might need your help as well, Mavec. Again, experiment. Don't know if it would work. She takes a vial and cuts her hand and bleeds into the vial. You have just an easy spell. I believe you spare the dying, perhaps, Mavec?
I do.
I don't know if it would preserve anything in here, but maybe we could give it a try and see if it can keep the mists open for you as a medallion. I don't know.
Yeah, Mavec would take it and look it over, just kind of like trying to fathom that in her. And she's like, I don't know.
I'm not the scientist. It was honestly just a thought.
Yeah, Oddwood would probably know best. Maybe if you want to roll an Arcana check at disadvantage, because you also are the one who read the book. The one that talked more about the curse and the nature of it and that kind of stuff.
So, are you wanting Mavec to make a check at disadvantage, or me to make a check at disadvantage?
I'm just gonna tell you that's not gonna work. You don't think that'll work? You think based on the nature of the curse, that it's not like a physical, like the blood of the Vasanti. It's more like these people are spared from the curse. That the person who brokered the deal kind of was like me and all my people safe.
What's the thought?
And hold on to this for you in case you need it back. I don't know.
Friendship token. There you go. Vial of my blood. Don't use it for nefarious
I've heard
purposes.
things like this from people talking about you. It's making me concerned.
That I give my blood to people?
Just like weird blood stuff.
Speaking of people who've talked about weird blood stuff, talk shit about patients. Oddwood, it's been a while since Slippy's been gone.
Can you try that messaging thing to Slippy?
Yes, absolutely. I'll go to the doors of the temple and I'll look out and I'll because you have to sort of do it directionally, so I'll do some cardinal directions. It has 120 feet.
Roll a d4.
That's a d6. That's a d4. 3.
Yeah, you get it on the second try.
Wanted to make sure you were all right. Oddwood is looking for you.
Oh yeah, I will be in shortly.
I'll send another one. Is there anything I can do?
No. Thank you. You've been wonderful. Rest up.
Go back and let you know that they are safe and sound. They'll be back soon.
Yeah, and then you guys rest, and then do you set out in the morning?
If Slippy doesn't come back in the next half hour, Oddwood will go out to look for her. Oddwood only needs 4 hours for a long rest, so he has a little bit of time.
Yeah, so I think as you walk out to go get her, you
get them.
You guys meet in the sort of in the middle, and I was just coming back. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You need your time and space, and I respect that. Just wanted to. Everyone's kind of tucking in. It's dangerous out there. I know you can handle yourself, but
yes, I was sort of tucked away. I just needed the air. That hut is a little cramped.
Yeah.
I just it's a lot to wrap my mind around.
It is.
But I think, Oddwood, I owe you something of an explanation. You've been nothing but forthright and earnest with me, and we've previously discussed that's what I love about you so much, is your honesty, and there was never any intent of malice or anything on my part from keeping stuff from you. When you go so long keeping stuff from everyone, it's a tough habit to break. But I do love you, and probably more importantly, I trust you, Oddwood.
Oh, thank you.
Just sort of the reason, what I wanted to tell you is sort of the reason this is so hard for me to wrap my head around. I, like many others, came to Barovia long ago in search of secret lost magics. There's supposedly a spell that could transform me into anything I wanted to be. Any physical vessel. And the rumor was that Strahd was such a powerful wizard who created this haven, this hideaway, and that those that went there, often that found Barovia, found what it is they sought, and were so happy they never left. I've, more than anything in my entire life, have wanted to have a more physical body. And I came to Barovia in search of that. And very shortly after, realized that I was chasing fool's gold. And that I was trapped there now. I had a companion with me, and a human. And they died. I made new friends, and they died. I tried to find work, and villages were raided, and monsters, and decade after decade, it's sort of the same story in a different location. And then I found out that the carnival was one of the best ways to stay in the know of what is happening in all of Barovia. So I joined up. And I met you. And now here we are.
Is that still your greatest wish?
I don't know anymore. I feel like I don't know much anymore. I was so certain for years of the cruelty of Strahd, of the nature of Strahd, that he had to be pulling the strings. And I can only look so much evidence in the face that he, although more power than us, is just another victim of the circumstances. And I can only look so much evidence and deny that. So I just don't. When you're so focused on one thing for so long, it feels like I am back to that time when I realized what I wanted wasn't in Barovia, and now I realize that what I wanted out of Barovia is not that either. And now I just don't know anything except that I will stand by your side as long as we are both standing.
And I by yours. I do think that it is important to reevaluate your viewpoints in light of new evidence. But that does not mean your previous viewpoints or other evidence are false. He can be a victim of his circumstances without being a good person, without doing what is necessary to fix or change things. If he is all-powerful in this domain, if he could single-handedly destroy our group here, why does he need us, right? There's something in this equation that doesn't quite add up yet. I don't think we have well-defined all of the variables yet, and I think it's too early to act like we do. So I think we reassess, readjust, and we keep moving forward. We focus on what's important. We focus on us. We focus on longing. That's what we named the dragon for now. We're workshopping it. We focus on our little tiny family in our little tiny hut. And we just survive one more day and get one more step closer to the truth, to a way out of here, to a new body for you, a new body for Ink, to a less hateful place for Patience and Mavec, to a way to remove shadows for Kruntle, right? We just got to focus on what's in front of us right now.
You always know just what to say, dear.
Thanks.
And then you guys head back. Kruntle, roll oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I do think that while he's gone, Mavec does kind of go and like sit next to Patience awkwardly as hell. Just like, thank you for earlier, when I fell. You healed me, and yeah, well, thank you.
Of course I did. I would not let you nor any of our companions fall while I still had any means to stop it. I'm not about to watch you or anyone fall before me.
You say, of course. This is, of course, is not an experience I have had. In fact, it is quite the opposite. So,
I understand the cruelties of the world. I want you to get used to people supporting you.
she just kind of can't quite make eye contact. She just nods, says, "This I will work on. But I will very much return the favor."
You've done so tenfold already.
Well, I know this time was already difficult after your loss. This is... You are quite extraordinary. I don't know if you know this.
I've been told on occasion.
Well, I will not be the last person to say this, I'm sure.
Thank you. Can I help you?
Oh, yes, of course. Here.
Thank
Just
you.
wraps an arm and two very totally normally heighted people.
Yes. National average, I looked it up.
But which nation?
International average.
There you go. She kind of just gives you a squeeze, and she's quiet, just holding on and quiet, in a moment of quiet. And she goes, "I'm truly longing. It's just the worst name for a dragon. I don't know."
It's sad. It's really, really sad. Especially when you're longing for the parent. Oh.
Speaking of which, can the both of you and Kruntle roll me a perception check?
Hey,
Sure.
of course. Longing, is that you?
Guidance. Oh, that's only perception.
12.
12.
Nat 20, baby. Which is a 23 perception.
Yeah, so your eyes, as you're saying this, your eyes like naturally drift towards the egg, and you see Kruntle's shadow with a dagger raised above it.
Hey! No,
Oh,
it's a baby.
sorry.
No, it's a baby. No, we can't eat it. No, that's not how dragon eggs work. No, we have food stores downstairs. Why don't you go steal from downstairs?
Come on, Shadow. We'll go steal some food from downstairs. There's good cheese down there.
I can.
The shadow just strikes the egg
Oh,
with the dagger.
Well, that is not going to work.
And Kruntle, you take 2 damage.
ow!
As you see the shadow grab its head and kind of fall to its knees.
No,
I'm very sorry that Kruntle got hurt, but that's what you get.
Yeah, it's
just the
kind of
arms still around
Shadow's
the
a
patient.
little
Like,
wobbly.
oh, Shadow. I wish I could. I don't wish I could heal you. You're kind of a little
Kind of
shit.
sulks in the
Kruntle, you good?
corner.
We put a lot
It
of
was
light in here. Would they go away?
It was a very smart. It's a very smart idea, but it's just, you gotta think before you do things.
I'm going
It's a
downstairs.
very hard egg.
Go downstairs and have some
Kruntle?
cheese. I don't want any eggs anymore.
No.
No, not that kind of egg. Bring back cheese and bread.
Okay.
Ooh, I've got wine.
Yeah, you
Oh.
find,
Digging.
you find 2 loaves of bread. All right, you guys, do you head out in the morning?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
hunkering down here, right?
Oh, wait. Do we know as we're like packing up and going? Do you know where are we going back to the village to see the mass slaughter, or are we going to find the necromancer? Or
I think we need to know. Well, one, I don't know very many ways. I don't even know where the fuck we are, to be clear, in reference to anywhere else other than the camp. And then from the camp, I know generally how to get to places because that leads to the main Slavic road.
Well, I think we got to go to Strahd's place, right?
Oh no.
And to get on that road, I don't know another way through the camp. I mean, I could probably figure it out as a ranger with help, but I think we need to go to the camp.
All right.
I that is a priority for me. I need to see what's happening.
Oh, Mavec. I was twiddling around with some of the extra blood that patients gave us yesterday. It's pretty magic infused, actually. And I hardened it into this, and it's like a red bracelet.
Oh.
And I am giving you a spell refueling ring as one of my infusions. You can use it to give you a spell slot up to level 3.
Nice.
Wow.
And I am uninfusing my boots Velvenkind.
Oh, Oddwood. This is so kind.
If any of us go down, the Far Wanderers, our best chance of getting back up. It's purely utilitarian, but also because I care for you.
I don't know that word utilitarian, but I do know care, and I care for you as well. Thank you, friend. Yeah, just she has a look. No role needed. She has a look to you like I desperately want to talk to you about something, but there are so many people, and I cannot talk about my deepest shame. But yeah, you see that she's like, oh my god.
So the trek down is a little easier. It's only about a day and a half. So if you want to roll real quick, some history or roll those history checks. Or straight we'll stick with intelligence. Straight intelligence checks. And you can do the whole shebang again.
The whole
Intelligence check
shebang.
for reading the books, or
Yeah, for the books.
Guidance and Bardic.
Oh,
And
guidance.
help action.
cool. Guidance and Bardic.
To both of you.
That's not very good to start.
19 total.
Booyah.
Only a 14.
Bastion, this is even older. This is really old. It's really like tough stuff to trudge through. You get through to the deal. We'll say that, and you realize that the reason he needs you, guys, is because the deal is with not just like a devil. It is with like what is described as like a level of hell, like somebody who leads a level of hell, an arch devil, ancient being, and it's always them, him, it. There's never a name described, and other elements that were necessary in the start was a particular type of wood. Someone that was a Vistani, and blood from the family.
A particular type of wood, a Vistani, and blood.
It's got a name that you don't recognize. It's not. It's like a. It's like I don't know if you know this, but a long time ago in English, pink used to mean like a weird orangish color, right? It's like one of those things. Like it's got a name that you know is clearly something else now.
You still got that weird wood, Patience? Not the odd one, the weird one.
Yes, dig through my pack and find the stake.
What if we name the dragon Weirdwood?
It fully matches the description. And Slippy says, please don't. That's... I don't want to hard veto anything, but that's...
We'll workshop it.
I feel like we should find,
stone. It'd be like weird stone, if anything, I guess. But sorry, Mavec, go on.
I would think we should look into draconic names, or I feel like we're stealing their culture.
We don't want to be culture vultures.
Yeah, but then we don't know what it means. We could come with a draconic name. It could mean psycho or something.
What about Bahamut?
Oh,
I don't. You probably shouldn't. Bahamut's a god, aren't they?
What about Baha?
Anyways, what did you want to see the wood for?
Well, in this book, it says the ritual needs a particular type of wood, a Vistani.
A nature check.
Me?
Yeah.
Nature. This is not my strong suit. A nat 1.
What is your plus?
5 total.
5 is literally what you needed. Checks. Nat 1s don't fail. This fully matches the description of the wood. It is an ebony wood with a very interesting grain that looks more like webs than like circles.
So
almost like it's crackling through.
Got 2/3 of the ritual here.
So this would be to break the deal, or
it's kind of hard to understand.
This was used to make the deal.
It's what was needed to make the deal, but
and with your understandings of magic,
with my understandings of magic,
generally speaking, what is sort of used in the creation of something is often used in the disassembly.
Generally,
right?
What's used in the creation of something is often used in the disassembly of it as well.
And then Kruntle, yeah, you just get through a lot of the family history stuff. Sergey is the brother.
Sergey.
Yeah,
Sergey.
Sergey is a historical Barovian name. Sergey is the brother. The mom it had the last name Raven, which is why Castle Ravenloft is named after her. You don't really read much about the mom, which is very interesting to you. You learn that that Strahd was a mama's boy, that his mom was the wizard, who taught him in turn, and that part of his resentment for his dad was his general infidelity. I said earlier he kind of conquered Genghis Khan. He tried his best to emulate that off the battlefield, Genghis Khan as well, right? So he was very a very naughty boy. So you learn that that's a lot of the resentment, and that as much as he loved his brother, there's always a competition, and that his dad used that natural competition as a way to keep them motivated to do keep working for him and conquer or more aggressive, be better warriors and that kind of stuff. That's kind of what you get through. Okay, you guys all get to the camp. Roll a. Yeah, it's just a day and a half down because going down is always easier. But I still need one Constitution check or Constitution saving throw. Sorry, I've been doing so many checks with all this.
Constitution saving check. 16.
17.
30, 20.
16.
And then I guess I'll roll for Slippy as well. See what they get. Constitution saving throw. Ooh, +0.
Sick.
They got a 17 on the die. Yeah, everybody's fine. It's pretty cold, but you get through it. The tiny hut helps. The tent inside the hut. No. Yeah. So you guys get down. You come down. There's no horses at the camp. There's still the same number of tents. There's no horses.
Is there anybody around the fire?
As you come up, roll a perception check.
All of us?
Yes.
Guidance.
17.
16.
19.
There is no one around. There's no one around, but the tents look fine.
Let's look inside the tents.
Which one do you start with?
Madame Ava's.
Okay. As you enter, again, candles still lit everywhere. She has the velvet table with her crystal ball covered. Again, heads of ravens, and now you recognize it. You see, I said there was a crest in here that you didn't recognize. This is Barov's crest on a small plaque in the corner.
You feel starving.
No, Madame Ava?
Yeah, you don't see Madame Ava. There is there's a cloth on, like I said, on the table where the crystal ball was. That looks like it's covering the crystal ball. And then there's a curtain that you can see, there's beads, and then also a curtain that looks like it goes back to a living quarters.
Oh, oi, Madame Ava, you in here?
You don't hear anything. Kruntle?
Yeah.
Or does everybody walk towards what does everybody do?
This is a little bit out of Oddwood's purview, so he's gonna stay kind of near the entrance.
Patience is going to go directly in and towards the back.
So
Mavec is
Oddwood
gonna hang back. Mavec's hanging back as well. Yeah.
So then Oddwood and Mavec, Kruntle will say you walk up with Patience.
Yeah.
Oddwood and Mavec, then you are the ones that see Kruntle's shadow peek under the cloth, and then pull it off. And what you see is Madame Ava's head with their eyes completely gouged out, and it looks like the mouth propped open and no tongue.
It's another totem of gore.
And that is not what we're going to leave off, because what you hear next is a very familiar voice. Now, I told you all, if you come back through here, you're going to have to pay that toll again. And that's where we leave off with Kirill.
Fucking Kirill.
Kirill.
Yeah. So thank you.
We're gonna kill him this time, right?
For all the lore. You can certainly try.
Pain his ass.
Yeah, so hope you liked it. I really spiraled with the idea of a person hating so strongly that they clinged their soul to their body and to the point where it disintegrated enough into goo. That was
Mood.
I felt proud of that.
It's a vibe.
Felt good, yeah.
A vibe, Ink.
Okay, like, subscribe, notifications.
Please.
Click
Get in the
link.
Discord.
Follow Bastion in the AM on Twitch. Man's a gem. Also, Sarah, give a shout out to Lantern Cove.
Yeah, brand new podcast, everybody. It's called Lantern Cove. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts or at lanterncovepodcast.com. And it
So
is
good.
great.
It's so good.
Do you like Lovecraftian horror? Do you like high school drama? You could have all of it. Do it.
Do you like
It's
to
so
hear
good.
me being a sassy bitch?
Even more so than he already is.
To say, do you know anything else?
Do you like to hear me be awkward? That's kind of my thing.
All right. Thank you all. Anybody else? Last shots. Cool. We love you all, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.